So this is what our final result is. So as you can see, this is completely After Effects. There is no plugins involved. So all these typographies are designed inside Illustrator, and we brought everything to After Effects to animate the titles. So you must need Illustrator and After Effects. So let's begin our work. I'm going to create a group, call this T01. I'm just going to duplicate this by Ctrl J. I'm going to uncheck the visibility. For this, I'm going to rasterize this as this rasterize layer. I'm going to call this main T01 and hyphen main. From this, I'm going to separate the letters. I'm going to use the lasso tool. I'm going to select this spot. I think we can work with the pen tool. I'm going to select this. I'm going to try to separate the letters. Press Ctrl Enter to make a selection, and press Ctrl J to make a duplication of the selection. I'm going to call this 01. Maybe let's just copy T01. Let's just copy this T01 so that we can paste it on the while renaming. I'm going to select the lower part of the lower layer, and I'm going to select this. I think we can. There is no overlap, so we can make a selection like this. I'm going to press Ctrl Enter and this press Ctrl J, press select 2 space and paste the T01. I'm going to press it, bring it to the top. I'm going to make a selection like this. Press Ctrl Enter and press Ctrl J. I'm just going to call it 3. I'm going to select the letters. Press Ctrl Enter. Press Ctrl J. 4 and paste. I'm going to bring the layers above. Now I'm going to select the letter. Press Ctrl Enter, Ctrl J. Pretty much the same process. Why are we doing this in Photoshop? If we ask that, this is easier in Photoshop rather than After Effects, because it will be much harder to do it in After Effects. So we are just saving time here. And also we can make a pretty good selections in Photoshop. So I found this method helpful. I think we can want to add a 0 before the letters so that After Effects can easily calculate the layer while we duplicate. Just adding 0 bit before the letters from 1 to 9. Okay, I think we are in a good shape right now. If I don't separate the letters like this, the lettering animation will look chunkier. So it's always a good idea to separate the letters. If I also take a look at the original animation, it was pretty much very clean writing animation. So they would have definitely separated the letters like this. I think I'm going to use the letter from here. I'm going to uncheck this. Save the document. I'm going to close this group and then create another group, and then copy and paste the next typography. Paste it and use the smart object option, and then scale it. Hold Alt and scale it while keeping the proportions right. I'm going to group this. I'm going to call this T02. I'm going to duplicate this, and then I'm going to call this T02 main, and rasterize the layer. I'm going to edit this layer, T02, so something like that, and then I'm going to start separating the layer. I think for this one I can simply separate the letters on whole, so this will be really simple. I'm going to use the rectangle marquee thing by shortcut is M. I'm going to select this and then press Ctrl J, select T and call it 01 and give a space and give a name of T02 and copy the name T02, Ctrl C. Then let's just continue. Press M, or I think we can use polygon lasso tool. So this will be really simple. Press Ctrl J and paste 02 and paste. Press M. I'm going to switching between M and L and Ctrl G. I think here we can use L. As you can see, this is really simple. Let's move on to the next one. Select everything and copy. I'm going to paste it. Hold Alt. Duplicate by pressing Ctrl J and rasterize. Call this main. Let's start by select T03 and copy this. I'm going to create, copy and paste the next typography. Copy. Sometimes it can take a second to load. So just wait for a second to paste. But it's the same process. Just separate this letter since it's gonna come really fast, so it doesn't need to be really perfect. So let's just separate the letters. Copy this 304, press L, I'm going to save the document, and then I'm going to copy and paste the next typography. Paste this on smart object. Just scale it, rotate it. Press Ctrl Z to group it. Press G05 and copy it. I'm going to paste it and call it S4. Duplicate. Double click to rename, and then paste to T05 main and rasterize it. And check the visibility of the lower layer. This is really thin. Hopefully it will. I think if we have an opportunity, we can. I think we have an opportunity here. I think we can thicken this stroke. Uncheck this layer, and then increase the stroke width by 4. Also I think we can change the brush for this one. Where is this brush thingy? So go into library, artistic library, and then just change it to something else, so that we have a better view of the letters. I think this is almost look good. I think this 5-point oval is fine. You can reduce the stroke width by 1, maybe this is alright. I think can increase the stroke width here. By picking another different brush for this one. Press P and reduce the stroke width. Hopefully this is working. I think this is working. I used the 50 point flat for the main one, and then I used the same for I think I used a 5-point oval, and I used a 50-point flat for this one. I think we're okay. We have to follow this one and this one, apply this, and this one. I'm going to press I and pick it. I'm going to increase this stroke width. Yeah, now we're okay. I'm going to copy this again and delete both of this layer and paste a smart object. Let's just copy this again. I think you have to be in move tool in order to paste. T05 and copy. Press S4. Press Ctrl J and call this main and rasterize this layer. I'm going to start by separating the letters. Press P for pen tool. I'm going to delete this path. Simply click delete. Hold Alt and click it here to make a solo selection of our layers. Press delete and hold Alt and click here so that you get it. Save the document and then go ahead and select another one. Select and copy and paste it here using move tool. I think I have to do it again. Use the smart object option and scale it, and press Ctrl Z and call this 0T06 and copy it. create a composition, call it just focus on creating a normal composition, the 24 fps 1080p, and duration will be 35 seconds. Press OK, and then composition settings, and go into background color and press OK. I'm going to create a new composition again. I'm going to make it composition into 10 seconds. 10 seconds and press OK. I'm going to double click. I'm going to find the location of this. Then I'm going to import this. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to import composition data instances and then import. Press OK. Double click to open it. Now all our compositions are. I created this composition, so I am going to delete this. The purpose of this composition is to show the purpose of this composition. If, for example, I created the composition duration of 10 seconds. So after creating that, I imported this letters PSD file. So the duration of this letters will be 10 seconds. It will try to remember the last settings which we created, last file created. So all these compositions will be 10 seconds. So that's what we need. So I'm going to open the first one, which is our first group. All these layers, all these groups will be a separate pre-compositions in After Effects, which is very, very helpful for us. So that's why we have grouped all of this and organized with a proper name. So it will be very, very helpful for us in After Effects. So let's open the first composition. I'm going to change the background color of this. I'm going to press OK. Let's just start by creating a shape layer. I'm going to first press the first letter. I'm going to set the duration length to 5 seconds, and then I'm going to select the first letter. I'm going to create a new shape layer, and then give the stroke width to something like 35. I'm going to press select the white color, and there is no fill. If you have fill enabled, just press here and use this option to disable the fill. Press OK. I'm going to create a first. Let's just solo the layer beneath, and then let us select this layer, and then use pen tool, D for pen tool. I'm going to select here. Let's just improve the quality by going to half resolution. I think we need to select this too. I'm going to increase the stroke width, maybe around 65. Alright. After this, I just go into press Ctrl F for the search. I'm going to search for cap. I'm going to press round cap, and then go into add, and then trim path, and then on the trim path, give the end value, keyframe for the end value, and then select the keyframe, shift and right arrow, bring the value to 0, and then I'm going to select the layer beneath it. I'm going to select this button, toggle switches per modes, and I'm going to use track matte. So this layer track matte to the layer above it. So this is the layer 20. If you have the recent versions of After Effects, you can just drag and drop like this. so it will be revealing like this. So we have separated the layer, so our animation will be very clean at least for this part. And then I am going to go into first frame, then press shift page down to move 10 frames, and then I am going to select, I think I am going to select the first layer itself, and then I am going to select right click and then create new shape layer, create a new point, and then copy this trim paths and then paste it here, and then call the cap and then round cap. After doing this, just copy, edit and copy. We are going to use this layer again, paste by pasting it Ctrl V. I'm going to select this layer again. I'm going to continue our work by first click this and continue our stroke by doing this. I think the trim path is not working for some weird reason, and I have to copy this and then paste it on this, and I'm going to copy. I think I need to delete this now, because we have to copy a layer on the clipboard, and I'm going to copy it again. Now I'm going to continue the work. Just create a shape like this, just zoom out, I'm going to select this, I am going to use this layer as the from 19. I am going to select this layer and paste it with Ctrl V. I am going to select this point and move it to here. I am going to continue our work. Going to first frame. If you are feeling it is the performance little slow, just go to preview and fix it to that. Okay, all right.